back, everyone, to the third episode of Stoppage Time Chats. I'm here with Phoebe Allan. Hi, Phoebe. Me and Phoebe met this past summer in the DMV area because we're both part of this network called the Players Network on WhatsApp. And I reached out because I was looking for someone to, hang with and do some. I don't know what would you call it? Just like trainings, like
just training that was like high level, and I think the Players Network was a good network of connections that girls are still trying to train and prepare for their seasons.
Yeah. And Phoebe reached out and we met up and just went from there. I think it was really fun. We got to know each other a bit and got to hear her stories. And now that I started this whole thing, I definitely wanted to reach back out to her and have her share her story because it's definitely a very cool one, and you've been like all over the place. So going right off from that, I want to just ask about your childhood and like how you grew up.
Yeah, I mean, I was born in Hong Kong, but I lived in Macau, which is like an island just off of Hong Kong. It's like an hour ferry ride. So I was between the two. My dad lived in Hong Kong, but school was in Macau. So growing up, I played in Macau. And I never I have a British passport, but we went back to England like every 6 years. Like there was 4 of us.
Oh, it was kind of frequent that you went back.
Yeah, not very frequent. That's why a lot of people are like, oh, are you American? I'm like, no, I just
right
from school. So yeah, that was my childhood.
Your dad, I was gonna say, did your dad work in Hong Kong? That's why you.
Yeah. He had his business in Hong Kong because he was born in there.
Okay, cool.
But the schooling was a lot better, so I learned Mandarin in Macau.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was my childhood side. Football wise, there were no women's teams like at all. I mean, only this year have they created a women's league. They have a national team, but I couldn't play on that one. And I couldn't play on.
Do you have a passport from Hong Kong, from Macau, or is it just?
I have a permanent residency from Hong Kong, so I can live and work there. But to represent Hong Kong, I had to give up all my British passport, which I was like, no,
yeah,
that's
probably not. Yeah.
So, because with the British passport, I could technically represent England, Wales, and Scotland. So that's 3 in 1.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So I was like, no, I'm not gonna give up.
Oh, yeah. What was it like not like having that kind of community around you and having to play on boys' teams, like playing with them?
It was interesting. One of my most vivid memory was a boy coming up to me. I was like 7 years old, coming up to me and be like, "Can I kiss you?" And I'm just looking at him. Yeah.
Oh wow. That's so big.
That was something, just because I was the only girl, and he was like, "Oh, this girl, let me just try it." And I was like, "No."
Well, you were playing?
Yeah, in the middle of the game, I was like, okay, no.
no, I'm trying to play football here, so
don't ran away from boys since then. Yeah, so
okay. And were you the only girl playing with the boys? Like there was no other girls that came to join you, or?
There was one girl who's still my best friend at the moment. It was my best friend. Her name is Maz, and she was playing, but she was playing with another club with a bunch of boys, and so we never actually connected until 13 years old. So
wow, okay.
Long time. We heard about her, she heard about me, but it was it's just a myth. We were like,
that other girl playing with the other boys team.
There was one other girl. She played as well. I think her brother was part of the football community. That's how I got started. My brother played, and I had to beg my mom. I'm like, please let me play. And no, let your brother have his community. My brother is a musical man, so
the music over.
So
I feel that's how it starts with a lot. If you have more than one sibling, because my older siblings, they also played football first. So once they start doing it, when I'm me being younger, I'm I want to do what they're doing. So let me follow in their footsteps. That makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, my sister played, but she didn't go as far with it, just because there was no community. There was nothing.
Yeah,
I mean, I was grateful to I got to play in Thailand, I got to play in China, Hong Kong, like all
Okay.
these tournaments.
Yeah.
The coach, his name is Pele. I believe he's from Portugal.
Okay.
He's like, Macau's a really small community, so everyone knows everyone knows everyone.
Okay.
It's kind of crazy, but it
Yeah.
works in the football world. So he was kind of like, okay, come, but I couldn't play in Macau in their leagues because they didn't allow girls to play.
So it's Hong Kong that is where you were playing?
It was more like tournaments.
Oh, okay.
Tournaments in Hong Kong, but I would train in Macau. Yeah, it's
They wouldn't let girls play?
Yeah, it was like, no, this is a guys' league, this is a boys' league. No, you can't play. Yeah.
That's really sad, honestly.
It
You
is.
had to find your ways to play, and I mean, with those hardships, like, did it make you want to like play even more? Like, did it make you want to like kind of like prove people wrong?
Yeah, and I think I still have that sense to this day. But I also have to realize like there's other ways to kind of give back to football that maybe aren't on the field.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's been an interesting journey. I mean, that's what made me commit at 17. I mean, you know, Macau and Hong Kong is this beautiful bubble. Like I loved living there. I loved growing up there.
Yeah.
But I knew if I wanted to pursue football, I couldn't stay there. And so at 17, I kind of, Mom, I want to take football seriously. What can we do about it? And at the time, my grandparents getting older, she was like, okay, let's try England. So I moved to England. That was another interesting. I thought England at the time was more, I mean, obviously it was better than what I had. Like there were girls teams, but I think I was also in that age, 17 to 19, girls they start to care more about how they look. They start to care about boys. I was not interested in that for any of those years. I was like, I just want to play football. How can I play football? What can I do? And I mean, obviously I've been working really hard pretty much from the age of 8 when I first started. But it was different difficulties. So now in England, it was like, okay, now the politics come into it. How can I this team when these girls have known each other for years and integrate myself? Like even at college, it was a sixth form university. They had a girls team, but girls wouldn't show up to training. And I'm like, no, I mean, it was 2 days a week. It was nothing.
Okay. It's not like, yeah.
So I started training with the guys again because I'm like, okay. And that was very interesting. English guys are a different breed.
I can imagine. I feel like, so you went to England like during high school, or was it you were 17 and you were in uni?
No. Last 2 years of high school.
Last 2 years of high school, you're in England.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I feel like the top names in women's football in England, like I feel like the stories I've heard with some of them, like they started off playing with boys and like doing things because of how like closed off like the women's game was might still be in England, and you experiencing that where you first started off to where you thought it was going to be better and then it was kind of similar. Like did that kind of
I think in 2019, so I'm kind of jumping ahead a little bit, but in 2019 when the Women's World Cup happened, it blew up from there. But I was onto the States. I was like, next.
Yeah. Did that kind of like, did that disappoint you a bit to see that it was like similar again?
It did, because I genuinely thought England was the place to be. I really thought. So I kind of moved my whole family. I moved my mom. I moved my brother out. I was like, okay, let's do this. I know families do things for their kids and they do sacrifices, but a sense of me like, I mean, it was a good time. I enjoyed it. I spent a lot of time with my grandparents, but it was kind of like, I'm here for a reason, and the reason's not reasoning.
It's not how I imagined it was going to be.
Yeah, and I think it just got me more and more frustrated again because it was me trying to work really hard.
Yeah.
And once again, I mean, my grandparents had a farm, so they had lots of space. So I was out there training on the field in the mud.
That's cute.
No, I mean it was good. I was with a what's it called? Grassroots club. Barrows. They were local. I'm really good at emailing. So anyone I can, I was
networking all over for you.
Yeah. Was, I mean, that's something I think that's really gotten me far. Just being ambitious in that sense, where I don't know always how do I explain it? Like I know the admin of it. I know how to do the admin.
Yeah. Like I think for me, like kind of looking back with my career, like how I like went about everything, it's like saying yes to opportunities, but also like reaching out and like not being afraid to like find those people that are in the spaces you want to be in and like asking them questions and like wanting to learn more. I think that's the biggest thing is like, especially I think for me when I first started out like trying to like play professionally, like, there was no pathway at all. And now we have TPN and like all these other resources where like, oh, we can see a path a little bit. But, like before it's just like, yeah, that sounds fun. Like, what's this opportunity about? And then like learning. More. So I definitely align with that.
Yeah, it's scary though because you don't know what to expect. And obviously, you know, I don't know what the level. I had no idea what the level like was in England. So I was kind of, oh my gosh, a club near me. I can't wait to play. And then there I was playing. I mean, respect. It was good, but I knew I wanted more.
Yeah.
And so if you want more, that means you have to sacrifice more. So I eventually started literally, it was an hour and a half away from my house. I didn't have a car. I was very much independent on that sense. So I would take a bus for an hour and a half.
Oh, you would take a bus? Oh,
yeah.
Commitment right there.
Yeah.
That's no joke.
Yeah, to go all the way down to the coast. So like London's here, I lived here, and then the coast was here. So I had it was pretty crazy. And then thankfully one of my mom's friends lived in the area, so she let me stay the evening, and then I had to get up in the morning, get another bus back to school.
Phoebe, you were committed.
I was committed. And then to not get game time, I was like, please.
No.
Yeah. I mean, at the time, like in hindsight, I'm looking at it, maybe I probably wasn't ready, like in theory.
Yeah.
But if someone had communicated that with me on like what I could do to improve, I think that would have changed my perspective because I'm a very coachable player. And that's something that I'm always asking people like, hey, how can I get minutes? Or hey, how can I where do you want me to improve? How can I help you do more? And you know, England just isn't that. They're like, and that's where I give a lot of kudos to the States, because coaches do communicate quite well with you. They kind of know what to know what they want, and then communicate what they want.
Okay, so you definitely see a difference from the
absolutely. England's interesting. I think it's a very unique lifestyle, and it's a very I think the football is fantastic. I went back there to play for 2 years. The game has changed completely. Like it developed. I mean, there's obviously quite a big gap between the top teams and the bottom teams. Like those that don't have money, you're being relegated. You're being smashed. So that's cool to see. Not the obviously the gap, but it's cool to see how much it's developed. I mean, 2019 to
Euros and like the next World Cup obviously helped in that sense. And then definitely did very well. So
so it's cool to see how much money's been invested in it.
Okay. So you obviously brought up the States a little bit. So you lived in England and then you went to uni in the States.
So
tell me about that.
I think that was becoming quite, it had been popular, obviously. Alessia Russo and quite a few other players had gone to the US before. And so there was a pathway. There was agencies that you could sign up with. So I signed up with an agency, begged my mom, I'm like, please let me go. And my family's we've traveled a lot. We've kind of gone to a lot of places. So my mom was like, oh yeah, go enjoy. You're smart.
That's awesome.
So I managed to get a scholarship at Middle Georgia State University, who were NAIA at the time. Now they're D2. So I mean, they're a pretty good level for NAIA school.
What state is that?
That was in Georgia.
Georgia.
That was a cultural shock.
I was gonna say you're in the South. So Coming from England, I'm sure that was.
Yeah, I think the first thing I remember that I was kind of shocked by was just the accent. Like it was so thick. I was like, whoa.
Slow down.
I've seen you guys in movies. I've never heard you in real life.
That's really funny. So it was that. What about the weather? I'm sure that was.
I got a couple other offers from other universities. I went to look at the maps of the school. I saw a pool. I'm like, that's the school. With other things, but I was like, I know. I mean, Hong Kong and Macau, they're like Florida. They're hot.
Oh yeah, I'm sure you're kind of used to that, maybe.
Yeah, and then living in England, it was cold. I was like, I don't want any more cold. So that really, and that's something that I took into account. Is like, hey, maybe it's not a good. It was a good school, but maybe there's things that I won't like about it. But at least I won't complain about the weather.
Yeah.
And so that was quite a big decision to make. It was
a big decision. And you were there the whole 4 years then?
Yeah, what happened? So I was there for 3.5.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I technically graduated 4 year, but I moved to Orlando in my final semester to do an internship in with a tennis marketing company.
Okay.
So yeah, whole 4 years. I did consider transferring, but I didn't know anything about transferring. That was a whole nother system that I had to learn and understand. And I mean, I understand it a lot better now.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I was terrified for my own career. Like, hey, how do I transfer out of here? I didn't know.
Yeah. So how would you compare the football that you were playing in university compared to England and then back in Macau?
I mean, I have to admit the US is very good in the standard of we had before in preseason, right? We had preseason and we were training 2-3 times a day with gym. Like I don't think I'd ever stepped in a gym, like truly until the age 18.
Yeah.
Crazy. I mean, you go into a gym, you do your thing, but the structure and the plan at university it's structured and it was all very new to me. I mean, a lot of these girls, they had played ECNL, GA, all that, or I think it was called something else before that. They were used to this structure and I wasn't, but it was something that I'd been wanting forever.
Yeah, that's what you've been looking for is that type of way of going about things.
The kind of pre-professional setup of university. So I was loving it. I mean, I was exhausted.
I mean, 2 days and 3 days are no joke.
Yeah, preseason's killer. We had these sheds. We had to sprint there, sprint back within like 18 seconds. I don't even know, but it was. It was rough. I mean, but I loved it. It was it's a privilege to play and it's a privilege to be here. Not everyone gets that opportunity, and that was my mindset coming into the States. It was, hey, let me get better, let me learn. And that was kind of every day. And things may have gotten a bit tough in certain things, balancing school, balancing tough coaches and players that maybe you didn't get along with.
And that's gonna happen in every team, but I feel like college is such like it's a niche experience because it's just everyone's so together for 4 years, but it's also like there's people that leave every season, so it's like you get really close with the player and then they're graduating or going to a different school. And then it's also the fact that obviously this is all new for you, like a new country, a new school, like you said, new ways to go about things. So I'm sure your freshman season, was just a big transition for you.
It was really interesting though. It was really cool. I mean, my family never came to visit me and I don't blame them. Georgia's kind of middle of nowhere. Like, what do you mean?
I mean, yeah.
But I really enjoyed my career playing there. I mean, it wasn't the best career. Like, I didn't get lots of minutes. It wasn't. I didn't.
What position were you in college?
I was a midfielder, so I came in as like a 6'8", and then I wasn't getting minutes. So I was like, okay, can you play me as a defensive, more of a defensive mid center back? And then we had she says she wasn't, but I'm pretty sure she was 6 foot center back. Like, there's no way I'm coming from that spot. And she'd been there freshman year, started her freshman year. So yeah, it was a very competitive scene, which I'm grateful for, but I do wish I had been able to play more.
Yeah, for sure. I want to ask you, did the school have like other big sports, or was it kind of just like
baseball was their other massive sport. Like, we had one guy who transferred in from UCF, which doesn't make any sense to me. Like, you come from D1, but yeah, the baseball was really good. I think they had a couple guys kind of go.
Did you support other sports or go into any games or anything, or was it just
I was a big baseball fan for a while until I wasn't.
Like, not knowing much about like college athletics, like in the States, I feel like it's just like I don't know, it's like spirit, like other countries don't really have, so
I mean, we had a lot of Germans and we had a lot of English girls. So we would just go out and watch these American sports like we'd seen on the movies, and we learn all about them, and it was so. Our football team, I don't think they were very good. Yeah, I don't. But we'd go out there and support them because they would come to our games. So it was just a kind of close-knit family, which was really cute. We had 2 campuses. It was a bit. So we had one that was in Macon, which was like an hour away, and that's where volleyball, tennis. Our tennis team was really good. Volleyball and tennis were up there, so we didn't really go and visit them because they were a bit far. But most of the athletics were with us: basketball, basketball, baseball, soccer, men's and women's. Were with us. So so we supported.
Was there like anything from that time in university that just like surprised you that you didn't think about before, or was it kind of just, this is all like the movies?
I mean, it really was kind of like the movies. Like, the professors were really sweet and really nice. I will admit, I think the academics, I mean, maybe it was my university, maybe it's the States, I'm not sure, but I found the academics very easy. Like, the core subjects, I was kind of like, I mean, obviously the governments and the history were different because they were American. American.
What was your degree again? I forget.
I did a business administration with a concentration in marketing. So once I got into my degree part, I loved it. But the course, I was like, oh wow, this is interesting. I mean, I get it, but I know a lot of the like my teammates, a lot of the American ones, they did it in high school, which I thought was such a hack to university in the States. Like, if you do all your pre-AP, is it AP classes?
AP courses.
So if you do all of them, you basically can get a degree in 2 years, which is pretty crazy.
They all say that, but in my opinion, like, AP in high school was way harder than any college class.
Really?
Like, they make it like super hard, and I remember my high school teachers would be like, this is exactly like how the professor's going to do it. They're going to look at this, and this. It's going to be super strict. And then you get into college and the professors don't care. Or like all the finer details. And then, it just like kind of made me upset that like your first 2 years of, like if you're an undergrad, your first 2 years are just like your core subjects. And then you get into the degree, your last year, like that should be the whole time. Like I wanted to be like super like confident in like what I'm learning. But like if you only have 2 years, it's just like.
I agree. I mean, the UK system, I mean, I applied for UK universities when I was there, just because I wasn't sure that the US was an option at the time. So I got into a couple London universities, but looking back, I'm glad I didn't go, because in order to get to the second year, you have to pass your first year, and you have to do all the coursework, and you have to do, and it's like straight immediately your degree, which is, I don't think that's a bad thing, but I like how the US has it structured where if you fail one class, that doesn't completely eradicate your whole year.
Right.
So I think that structure is a lot more accessible to people that are maybe struggling in certain areas. Like I at the time wasn't fantastic at calculus, but so I was grateful that I could retake the class and not completely mess up my whole university career. So I think in that sense I do appreciate the US, but I think it's interesting. I mean, it's fine coming as an international, because I was like, oh, I've never learned about government US, something new.
Yeah.
But it's also like, why am I learning this?
Yeah, no, I think it might. Yeah, I feel like it might just be hit or miss with some people, and also might depend on the whatever like degree you have. It depends. So, well, I'm happy that you enjoyed.
I know you had a tough time with.
Yeah. I mean, 3 universities is just like, I don't know. I think COVID obviously had a role to play in it, because COVID happened second semester of my freshman year. So I feel like that kind of set the trajectory of like my playing career, but also like academics. Like it's just like, I don't know. It was just an interesting time. But I got my degree, so that's all I can.
Yeah, see, a lot of people, that's another thing about those states. A lot of people, they go all the way almost to the end and they're like, yeah, I'm gonna drop out. I'm like, you're almost done.
Do it. That's the thing. Like even like with me, like my first 3 years, like we're all in person, and then I mean COVID kind of had something to do with it, but my senior year I did it all through Purdue Global, and they're like the requirements are like you can have your first 3 years like all completed, and then like you can go in. So I only had to do 1 more year.
Oh, wow.
Like if that's an option, like, and if you don't want to have that whole college experience, you can go that route and put it off. So yeah, I don't know. That's just crazy. Like you spend all this money and then not finish.
Yeah, that didn't make sense to me. I was like, just finish it. Get something.
Each their own, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah, it's each their own. That's true.
So between your college seasons, did you played summer ball, or was it after college you started doing that?
Yeah, I played summer ball. So I'm trying to think dates wise.
Yeah.
No, I don't think I played during college.
Was it after you graduated?
Oh, I need to think. Wait, give me 1 second. I need to think.
Okay.
No, I did. I did play during summer. During college. I had family in Boston. I went up there, played summer ball up there with I think they were called the FC Sixers.
Okay.
That was a whole different. I think the North and the South are completely different worlds. So going up there, it was, meeting girls who were playing D3. Like D3, I think is quite popular up north just because people are quite academic here.
Yeah.
I'm living up in the north now, so I kind of know the people.
Up in the north, yeah.
Yeah, so up the north, yeah. So, there was a lot more D3 schools, D1 schools, but maybe not big, massive D1 schools. I feel like, well, I don't know. Yeah, it was interesting. It was playing with girls again that I had no idea anything about their kind of, culture. So it was interesting again, but it was good soccer. It was good up there.
Yeah. And you kept each summer you kept switching teams.
Yeah. I mean, I was trying to explore the US. So
you just
the best way to kind of do it was to kind of bounce around teams. I mean, thankfully I had someone to live with up in Boston, family.
Right.
So yeah, it was. I'm trying to think when I played again.
Did you just reach out to coaches for those opportunities, or I
was back to my emailing. I was asking myself. Very good. I was always had my. I think that agency that I worked with in England, they were really on top of it. So they helped me create a highlight video. And once again, when I think the Americans know that, hey, you need to have a CV, hey, you need to have a highlight video. Like everyone I see now has an Instagram of their position, their birthday, their GPA. And, coming from England, you're like, why do you need all that?
Yeah.
But now I understand why you need all that. It's like you need to have a highlight video up to date. Whether you're playing college, pre-professional, professional, you need to have a resume. You need to have something that shows that you're either still playing or you've played and you know what you're doing.
Yeah, especially if you don't have an agency, because I mean, usually agencies should do that type of work, but if you don't, then it's kind of on you to.
Yeah. So I mean, having a marketing degree, that's really helped me. Edit with my highlight video, edit my resume, just have everything sharp, ready in case anyone is looking for it. So
yeah,
basically what I was doing, and then sending it out to clubs. So yeah, it was that.
Okay, yeah. And so one thing I did want to bring up was the Red Bull 4-2 score tournament. Did I say that? How did you come about that? And was that after playing? Like, was that post grad or like just tell me about that? Because I didn't know that you played in that.
Yeah, that was a really funny experience. Big shout out to Miami. Miami is a city of Miami is a city of action, and I had 2 really good friends living there at the time. One of them still lives there. And I think I had come from England, so I had just, getting away from the cold. I had come out to Miami for a week, and they said, "Hey, there's a pickup tournament. One of our friends has dropped out. Do you want to play?" I have my boots. Whenever I go anywhere, I have my boots. I'm like, "Hey,
that's great.
Come play."
Yeah.
So we went to play at Stadio Soccer in Miami, and we had no idea. Like, we were like, "Oh yeah, just a tournament." Like, Miami just has tournaments. They just do things. Like, they're just that city that just makes things happen. I love Miami. I really do. Especially the soccer scene. Like, it's a really good spot. I'm hoping that there's a professional team coming soon.
Right, you would think.
Yeah,
basically you're saying you would think that there would be a team there.
Right? Yeah, and they've got so much talent in the city. It's insane. We showed up. I think there were 3 other teams, including us 4. And it was just a group of girls, of friends. I didn't really know the other girls. I know them really well now. But it was my first time playing with them. I played with one girl, Nat. We all played together at university. And then Noe, she was kind of like our coach, manager. Those were the 2 friends I had living there. And somehow we won all of that. We had photos with some celebrity girl. I don't know.
I looked at it was so Phoebe. I looked up the tournament online, and your photo, like, you're in the front photo. I was like, oh my god.
I'm not lying. I actually did that.
No, I wasn't there. I was just like, oh my god, she's front and center over here. Like, that's a big thing.
So yeah, that was a really, really fun experience. I was literally in Miami for a week. I was like, okay, yeah. We ended up winning it. We got shirts. We got Leipzig shirts because that's where the country they were hosting it. So Red Bull, they have multiple teams across. Yeah. So we got jerseys. We met the Red Bull kind of marketing team, branding team.
That's really cool.
It was really fun. And then obviously I went back to England, and they were like, oh no, sorry, before that, they were like, oh yeah, the prize. We didn't even know what the prize was. We were like, oh, we're here to win the tournament, play in a tournament, play some football, and oh yeah, the prize is you're going to Germany. I'm like, oh, okay.
Sign me up.
Yeah, literally, it was just like that. But Red Bull's got the money to do that. So I went back to England, and the whoever had to manage this whole team, flights and all that. One girl was coming from Croatia. 2 of them were coming from Miami. One of them was coming from Spain. I was coming from England. Like, they had to organize all the flights. It was poor girl.
Yeah.
So we all ended up meeting in London. At the airport. I just, had to get a bus to London. It was easy.
You were like, easy.
I was like precious Daisy coming into the airport. They're like 6 hours after a flight. So yeah, it was really cool. There was Jenny, Bianca, Blaya, and Nat that were and I that were the girls that were playing. And then a lot of the other, because Miami guys also won their tournament.
Okay.
So everyone was just all on the same flight.
Yeah.
And so that was really cool. We flew to Berlin, I believe, and then we got a bus to Leipzig, which is like a smaller town out in Germany. And hotel was paid for. We stayed in, like, it was quite a nice hotel, and like everyone was in. So we had a bunch of different countries. It was Egypt, Saudi Arabia, India.
Oh wow, okay.
Yeah, the US. We were all representing the US. It was quite funny. Had me, British, Hong Kong.
Yeah, not even from the US.
Yeah, Nat, who is Canadian Croatian. Bianca, who's, I believe, American, Argentinian American. Jenny, Hispanic American, and Blaya, who is Spanish. And here we were representing the US. It was so fun.
Is so funny.
That's Miami, though. That is Miami. The definition of Miami is a multicultural little community. I love it.
Yeah.
So yeah, and then we played in the tournament. Yeah, it was really cool. I had never been to Germany before. I think that was my first time in Germany.
Yeah.
We all ate all sorts of things. It was really a really cool experience.
I mean, yeah, free trip, like
yeah.
Like, what more can you ask for?
Yeah, and then so yeah, we played in the tournament over there. I think we came. I mean, third. There's no medal for third, but we came third. We lost against the previous year's world champions, who were also American.
Nice.
And then they lost to Brazil, but Brazil were ballers. I mean,
yeah. It's kind of hard to compete with them.
Yeah, like they were really good, and they weren't like respectfully, they weren't young girls. They were just, as far as I'm aware, mums who showed up and played, but they were good. They were really good. So yeah, it was a really unique experience. We got to watch Leipzig play, so we saw Xavi Simons. He also came the previous night. Yeah, he came the previous night to give like a talk. They made a whole event out of it. They really did. So there was this box. We got given a box, and it had all of our jerseys in for the tournament. So Xavi Simons, he came out and spoke about like, hey, yeah, give it your best, motivating.
yeah. Like, go have fun.
yeah, literally. And then at the end of the trip, we got to watch a Leipzig game, which was really cool too. European football is just
I mean, it's
another level.
Yeah,
because like I've lived in Orlando, and Orlando City's I'd say a bigger MLS, a big MLS club, but nothing compared to European.
Yeah.
So
I think football is still like kind of growing as a sport in the US, in my opinion. And I mean, I would think that the World Cup coming up this year, like I would think that would help a bit.
I'm excited for that. It's going to be really interesting.
I know, especially being in 3 countries and not just the US. I think it's going to be super sick.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah. Okay, well, yeah, I'm happy you explained that, because I didn't know anything about that tournament. So I was like, whoa, wait a minute, what is this?
Yeah, I mean, I think they did one last year, or this year, and they did it in Miami again, and then the winners of that had to go to San Francisco, because some of my friends went and did it again. And they lost in San Francisco, but that was against more American teams. I think it's slowly getting more and more competitive, which I think is really cool to see.
Yeah,
it's only going to make the tournament better and better.
Yeah, and just create more buzz around it, more people. Yeah, that's awesome. So you obviously did that post grad. I wanted to just hear more about like your playing journey, like after college, and like what you're trying to pursue, and like how you're just going about things right now.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, I played in the USLW. It was pretty fresh the year I joined Swan City. They are based in Lakeland, Florida. I don't think they're a thing anymore.
Okay.
Because it was our first year. We didn't have a really good season.
Yeah.
But it was a very good introduction to pre-professional. Like we were training 2-3 times a week. Very high level games. Just very serious, which I appreciated as someone. I have a lot of respect for the game, and when people rock up and just kind of, oh yeah, I'm here to play, put me in, coach, and I'm just like, no, that's not how you address the game. Like, have respect for the game, have respect for those that are leading the game. Having that
organizing everything and like taking their time to do it, because it's obviously not like a summer team like that. It's not a full-time gig, like it's all part-time with everyone.
Yeah, exactly. And people are doing that. People are there because they love the game, and it's just like, obviously, if you're showing up, you love the game too, but it's like, have respect for the game. And that's something I'm a big like, okay, love the game, show up, enjoy it, but respect everyone around you in the game. So Swan City was a very good stepping stone to kind of what professional could look like. Obviously not what professional looks like, because I'm expecting 6-7 days training a week, and you're not getting that at a pre-professional level. People still have jobs. And then what? And
You played
then
all over the place, so no.
yeah, uh, and then I did end up going back to the UK. I went back to England in 2024 because
Okay.
I was on a student visa, and then I did an extension for a year on OPT, and that expired. But also with the job I was with, I mean, they were looking into it, work visas and stuff, but that did mean potentially not playing soccer
Okay.
because Orlando, I found didn't have a lot of women's opportunities.
Mhm.
I mean, they had like I played Monday night women's leagues, but it wasn't
Yeah,
serious.
not
It was
more organized. Like,
yeah, like 11v11 wasn't really a thing unless it was in the summer. I mean, I'm hoping Orlando gets better because I love Orlando. Like
mhm.
that's somewhere I can call home because I lived there
Yeah.
for a long time. But I made the decision, hey, no, I'm gonna go back to England. Back on my emailing club. Hey, I'm back from the States. Can I come train with you? And can we go from
Mhm.
there? So I reached out so my sister lives in Cheltenham, which is like West England.
Okay.
Like kind of bordering Wales almost.
Yep. Yep.
And so I reached out they had a tier 3 National League team, Cheltenham Town. And, from what I could tell, I was like, oh, they look good. They look like they're doing a thing. I once again had no idea about kind of the system.
Mhm.
I went out there, went for a tryout. They were interested in having me, but they wanted me to stay with the reserves, which were younger girls. But I understand that, that's a risk bringing on a player. Like it's a pretty high level competitive.
Okay.
I mean,
Yep.
I knew I could compete in tier 3, but coming in as someone who, once again, you're adapting again to different players, different coaching style, different style of play. Even like England's a very different style of play to the US.
Yeah.
And in hindsight, maybe I should have stayed and like how to say it, just kind of rooted myself a little bit more.
Stayed in England, you meaning?
Yeah, I just stayed with the team to kind of
Okay.
root myself into the team better.
Yeah.
But I didn't have a lot of time. I was 24 at the time. I was like, hey, it's kind of either gonna happen soon or not.
Yeah.
And so, playing with the reserves, like we were good. There were a lot of talented girls on the reserves team, and now a lot of them are playing like high level football in England. So yeah, I knew I was in a good group, but it was kind of like, no, I need something more,
Yeah.
'cause some of the girls, didn't take it serious. Once again, they didn't have as much respect for the game. They didn't. We had a really good coach as well. Like he was really, really good coach. But when he wasn't there, the girls would mess around, and
Yeah. It just they want.
it was just maturity wise. I think I wanted a bit more, and so
Mhm.
after that, I moved to a tier 4 team. And I really enjoyed that. I really enjoyed the girls. I was there all preseason with them. Like I gave up my summer. I was like, you know what? This summer is football. Like when I was in England, I was there from 2024 to 2025,
Mhm.
and it was just nothing but football. Like I think it was tough. I mean, I worked as a barista. I
Yeah.
really I wanted to pursue a career in, marketing because I had just come from a career, but I was really worried about that being my like I had run away from that in a way.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
wanted to play and pursue football, and so for me to go back into it, I was a bit worried that I was going to go down that same route, but in England. So,
Yeah.
and I mean, I know people can do full-time jobs and play football, but I didn't want to do that. I wanted to do full-time football.
Yeah. I mean,
Uh,
it's. I think at the age is it's just like you do have to decide like if you want to commit everything or if you want to like just have fun with it. And I think it's definitely a hard decision.
yeah,
And I can understand like I'm sure you took time to like really figure out like what you wanted to do at that stage.
yeah, and I mean, I reached out to agents. I mean, agents I didn't even know about my first year of football and back in England. Agents were a thing, and I had
Mhm.
no idea anything about agents. Like,
Yeah.
I didn't know where to look for them. Some of them I was like, okay, you look a little sus. I don't know if I want to work
Yeah.
with you. I mean, yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, looks do matter in that sense. It's like, hey, your profile doesn't look professional.
Yep.
Uh, I don't know if that's how you want to represent me. So agents were a little bit scary to me. There was an agent that I absolutely like. I wanted to work with him, but he was only UK based, and this in 2025. Yeah, I 100%. He, we talked on the phone. Very, very present with his players. And he was looking at moving me to the Welsh League, because the Welsh League it's professional. I don't know how high the level is, but I know a lot of girls would play in Wales and then move to England in a 2-3 team. So I mean, Wales, I don't think it's top level, but I think it's a good pathway to pro.
Position.
Yeah. But that was the end of 2025 when me and my partner had kind of discussed moving to America, and so there was that. That's when things kind of changed a little bit more, where it wasn't just me. I had to think about someone else. And he's been my biggest fan and biggest supporter, and I do give a lot of credit for how I am able to play right now to him, because I mean, since moving here, I've been in a summer football team, and Leo became the biggest soccer mom I've ever met. Like we drove 2 hours to Richmond.
Yeah, that's a
2
drive.
hours back. It was from Maryland. It was yeah. He's committed. I mean, he's as committed as me. And as you know, he lets me use the field.
That's definitely clutch, especially in the summer or in the winter. I mean.
Yeah, absolutely. So I mean, I give a lot of credit to him where, it's due. And I'm very grateful that he's been able to support me where he can. So that kind of changed my career, I think, a little bit, where like I'm still playing. I play in Alexandria Futsal Pro. I mean, that's mostly because there's not a lot of things going on in the winter here. I'm still training every single day. So in regard to transitioning, I don't think the dream has changed. I think, and at the end of the day, I think that dream's always going to be there to play professionally.
Yeah.
But what it looks like and kind of realistically what it is, it might change. So that's something that I think I'm still working on and still figuring out. And so yeah, I mean, I'm still playing pretty high level football. I'm playing in a DC league. I have to admit, the DMV area soccer is very good.
Yeah, it is.
I'm very impressed with it. I was coming hoping, not really sure, like when the summer league happened, it was with Arlington, and a lot of Division 1 girls, very, very, very good training. And it was, a different experience again. I kind of, once again, moving around the States, moving all over the world, it's just been a lot of experiences. And coming from England, and then going to the States, it was just a shift of different kind of football. It was here, it's a lot faster. Here, it's a lot more technical. Which, I mean, I probably should have been prepared for that. And England, it's a lot more the IQ of how you play. I'd say, I mean, the level I was playing, I'd say smarter football. Like, you'd pass it around, create spaces, run on. And I mean, you have that here, but not everywhere. And so it was an experience again. But yeah, I'm impressed with the DMV area. And then I've got a couple tryouts coming out with some pre-professional teams. And so yeah, I mean, I think right now for me, it's just being ready. I'm at peace with whatever happens, and I'm looking at careers now that are more into the women's game. So that's something that the avenue I want to go down.
That's what you want to pursue, is like to stay in women's football. Maybe not like playing, but like in the whole.
Yeah, I think regards to playing, I think I'm ready. Like I'm always ready. Like I'm always training my fitness. I'm always I train. I do 2 days, so I'll do training in the morning and then gym in the afternoon or evening. And then depending if I have futsal training, I'll have that in the evenings.
Right.
So I'm just staying ready. You never know.
You never know. Yeah.
I'm a Christian, so with my faith as well, I'm a lot of things I'm leaving up to God. I'm trusting with Him. And all I can do is the work. for myself, and then leave the crazy, don't know what's next.
Yeah. I mean, I think the biggest thing is control what you can control, and for you that means like, okay, what type of training do I want for myself today? Like, what should I do in the gym? Like, stuff like that, I think is it's a great outlook to have, because like, I mean, it's such like a cliche saying, but like, you never know. So like, staying ready is definitely the way to go.
Yeah. So and Leo's aware of this. I'm like, hey, how do you feel about moving to Jacksonville, Florida? And he's like, are we going? I'm like, no, but just in case. And he's just like, okay, well, when it happens, I'm sure we'll figure it out.
Yeah. That's awesome. I feel like that's the best like support you can have, is like they're able to. I mean, I know him, like he's able to like pick up and go where you go, or like you go where he goes, and
yeah. I mean, it's not, he's pretty rooted in his career, but I know he'll move mountains for me, and that's best support I can have.
No, exactly. I would just want to know, like, if you have any like standout footy moments that like or just like moments that like are your favorite when you look back on your career, or like things that you learned from playing all this time.
Things that I learned. Oh my gosh,
I've done a lot. Everything.
Things that I learned. Okay. Things that I learned while I was playing football, from the age of 8 up until today, is the game's always going to change, and I think at the end of the day, you just have to have fun and enjoy it. I mean, I've put a lot of pressure on myself, and the more pressure you put on yourself, the less you enjoy it.
Yep.
And, I've played in some pretty serious leagues. I've played in some pretty fun, family friendly. And the most fun I've had is with those fun and family tournaments. And it's like, what difference is it? It's the same game. Like, maybe it's not, it's a bit more technical. It's a little faster, but it is the same game. And if you know how to play there, you know how to play anywhere.
Yeah. And you like pick up different skills, like in the different leagues and people you're with. And I think for me, just like going off of that, I've really tried to like come to terms with like football is a game. Like, it's meant to be fun. It's meant to challenge you. It's meant to do a whole bunch of other things. But in the end of the day, it's a game, you know. And I think that kind of like takes the pressure off a little bit too.
Yeah. Which is beautiful. I think, I'm trying to create a video at the moment. The beautiful game, Jogo Bonito, like the Ronaldinho ad. I'm trying to do that because I think at the end of the day, like, look at Ronaldinho. That's, a player that maybe not inspired me because I didn't like the end of his career, but you look at how he plays and you look at how he just loved the sport. He loved having a ball at his feet. And it's like, how do you bring that passion and love without the pressure? And it's just like, it's a game and you love the game.
Yeah. I think going back to just like that, like, I think going back to like the simple basics of like why you're playing and like what you feel about the sport, it helps you when it comes to like situations that might be or might have pressure, or situations that might be a little bit stressful when you're playing. It's like, calm down. Like, let's like take a step back. And I think that's a great like looking at other players like him and like seeing like how he played, and like you said, maybe not enjoy like the whole career, but like seeing like how it was as a whole, I think. All right, well, lastly, I wanted you to maybe talk a little bit more about your because you have one Instagram that's obviously your private, but you also have the second one that's all about football. So I wanted to hear that before I let you go.
Yes, that Instagram, it's having a bit of a rebrand at the moment. So it started with, honestly, I had the intentions of just having my highlight video out there. Because, I saw the American Girls. They were like, oh, they have all their things out there. Yeah. Why not me? Why don't I just do that? So, I had my highlight video up on that. And then I enjoy making content. I really enjoy making reels, graphics. And I was like, okay, well, how can I incorporate that? So I started doing like training videos and just I mean, it was still fresh. I was still kind of learning what people were interested in. So it went from me posting my profile with my highlight video. Then it went from me creating training drills and just me playing football. And then now it's more of, I want it to be kind of a tool that people can use. So I struggled a lot with idolizing football, and that's something I will address later on on the Instagram. And um, thankfully, I became a Christian, and I give all my glory to God in that sense, where I don't want to idolize football, but how do I share that with people?
Yeah.
How do I, and it doesn't always have to be about religion. It's not about religion, but it's having faith that a change can be a good thing. And so now I want the Instagram to be more of a tool and a help people who are 5 years younger than me, who are in that mindset that I was in college, who are like, I don't know what to do. I want to quit, and I don't want them, like, I don't want people to quit football. At the end of the day, maybe professional isn't the route for you, but there's different things that the sports offer you. And so my Instagram is more of a tool for people. It's what I want it to be. Obviously, it's still a work in progress. But a tool for people that, my most recent post was about some days you go and some days you wait. And I want you to trust God with it. And at the end of the day, there's truth in that. Because some seasons, I mean, we had one professional at the facility who doesn't have a contract. But in hindsight, she's at the same spot as me in mentality. It's like, no, she's still out there training. She doesn't know what's next. And it's like, how do you mentally and physically continue? And so that's my Instagram. I want it to be kind of that it's relatable for even in the struggle, it's relatable.
And like, I think a big aspect of like what you just said is like helping other people with like the unknown, because like that's a lot, and like a big aspect of women's football, like in pursuing like what we're both trying to pursue, is like the unknown and the in-betweens of like different seasons or different teams, just everything like that. So I mean, I think having an outlet for you is beneficial for your own personal like growth and like you as a person, player, but it's obviously going to help everyone else that follows you. So I think that's great.
And I mean, I've spoken to a lot of players. We, obviously working. I mean, I kind of help out at the facility, not really, but sometimes. And but I meet people. I meet girls who have played D1, and they're like, "Oh yeah, I want to play pro, but I don't know." And I'm just like, "Well, just be ready. Like at the end of the day, like, be ready. You never know who's looking, what's happening. Like, and I mean, also, obviously, don't bombard agents and coaches with information all the time, but you got to do a lot of your work on your own. Like, even with an agent, you have to do a lot of your work on your own. You got to continue being an advocate for yourself and your career. And I mean, that's in everything, not just soccer. I mean, that's why you interview, send out resumes. Like, you got to be an advocate for yourself.
And I think also like you doing that and like talking to these other players, like you find strength in community, like, and especially with these girls going through the same thing. And I think just reverting back to like how you and I's relationship started was with TPN, which is a network of girls that are all figuring out the same thing, and like we're all like hearing about these crazy stories from these other girls from these other teams, relations. It's just like, wow, we are so much more well equipped to make these decisions when it comes to our career, because like we have all this knowledge from like these other girls that like we wouldn't normally talk to, because like they're all over the world, right?
So we're not settling for less. We're settling for what we deserve. Like, at the end of the day, a football career is a big thing. Like, you're putting your body on the line, you're putting your mental health on the line, you're putting everything, and you're putting your career on hold to pursue football. And knowing that you're not alone in that is a beautiful thing.
yeah, I think that's a perfect way to end this whole chat. So I obviously wanted to say how grateful I am to have met you and that we're able to do this. And I want to thank you for sharing your story. And yeah, this was episode 3. If you guys want to see the first 2, you can go to my YouTube channel that will be linked in my bio and my Instagram page. And yeah, I hope to see you guys in the next one. And I'll see you later, Phoebe.
Bye.
Bye.